Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Yeah. Hey everyone, this is our podcast that nobody likes to watch.
Yeah, Garrett. I don't think I can hear Garrett.
Window capture video.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Alright. Do you hear Garrett or no?
Garrett, are you talking?
Garrett?
Garrett, you alive?
Garrett! Imagine if he's taking a shit.
Yeah. I mean, you do that a lot whenever I call you.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna do that publicly live. That's the thing. You know you're close with someone when you when you can take a shit on the call with them. Would I take a shit on a call with if I had a girlfriend? Would I take a shit on a call with her? No. But but with friends, then yeah, sure. But if they're girls, I won't shit on the call with them.
I'm not gonna shit on the call with someone no matter who it is, period.
It's okay. I've done it to you. I've done it to Chris.
Got it, though.
Jesus Christ, is Garrett fucking a hooker or some shit?
You're funny.
Hey man. Hey man.
Garrett, are you there? Garrett.
No one.
Yep.
Oh, okay, you're there?
Alright, we got
Can
two
you guys not
viewers
hear
right
me?
now. Yeah, we couldn't hear you for a sec. Your mic's really quiet, FYI.
Yeah. I can't even hear Garrett right now.
Yeah, Garrett, if you're gonna.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're just quiet.
Garrett, we can't hear you.
I can hear you. You're just extremely quiet.
Really quiet?
Yeah, I mean, now I can hear you.
Now I can hear you, but before we couldn't hear a single thing you were saying.
How come you can't hear me?
Now we can hear you loud.
Now we can hear you, but before we couldn't. It's like you were completely silent.
I don't know. I think your mic's just a little quiet, but I mean, just if you just speak up a bit, I mean, you're fine.
Honestly, though,
How's my
if I'm
mic
gonna be
sounding?
honest, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I feel so bad for H3H3. He's getting ripped on by everyone right now.
Before we get into a topic, how's my mic sounding?
Your mic is sounding good. No
Alright.
problem. Yeah, I feel bad for H3H3. He's getting, like, ripped on by everyone, and Leafy's been
Okay,
roasted.
this is weird. I'm watching the podcast right now, and I can't. It's very complicated to explain. I can't hear you like on the Google Hangout, but I can hear you guys on the podcast on YouTube.
You can't hear us?
Weird.
I don't know. Let's go. Let me see how do it. Are your headphones turned on? The ones you have connected to your PC? I don't know. We might just have to continue, and you have to troubleshoot it yourself. But I mean, yeah, just
I
gotta,
can't hear you. You died.
I can't hear you like on the Google Hangout.
Oh. I mean, I can hear you now, but I couldn't hear
Yeah,
you.
they're on.
Can you hear me now? Garrett, can you hear me? Jesus Christ.
Alright, just make sure when you have your headset on, you turn up the volume so you can actually hear it, and make sure that when you're using Google Hangouts, you want to move your mouse, and when you see the gear in the upper right, make sure that the output for your audio is the headset that you're using.
I can hear you on the podcast. I can't hear you on the Google Hangout.
He can't hear us.
Yeah.
He can hear us on the podcast, but he can't hear us.
Problem
here.
with that though is that there's a stream delay, so I mean I gotta.
And he muted his mic.
Are using your.
Okay, now can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
I'll tell you
You
what.
hear us?
I'm gonna just call me back. I'm just gonna leave and then call me back.
All right. Yeah, but as I was saying, I feel bad for H3H3. He's been getting ripped on so bad lately.
Yeah, I think I might know the problem. Yeah, I sent a message saying what I think the problem might be for Garrett. I think he doesn't have the right audio output set for what he's using on the call, because I think he's using the PC to call, and yeah, I mean, it could be.
Okay, now I can hear you guys.
Okay, good.
Oh, can you hear us?
Okay, I'm so sorry about that. So I'm so sorry for the 2 viewers watching that. It was just a.
Yeah, I'm
We
sorry.
always have technical difficulties on this podcast.
Yeah, it's like God doesn't want us to do this shit, but yeah. So as I was saying, I kind of feel bad for H3H3 because he's getting ripped on by like Leafy is here so bad lately. Poor guy, man.
I think
Well,
H3H3.
why do you feel bad for him because of that?
I don't know, because I grew up watching H3H3 in middle school, and I still like the guy, but the thing that I can't stand about him these days is that he's selling out to a mainstream agenda, and not only that, but he acts like he's a celebrity now. It's like,
I mean,
really?
that's exactly why I like Leafy more.
Exactly, like, Leafy is exactly what he is, some gamer kid in his basement. He doesn't act like he's some Hollywood celebrity. H3H3, on the other hand, he's acting like he's fucking Joe Rogan or some shit.
Exactly.
I mean, I like Ethan Klein, but, you know, he needs to, like, chill out with the, you know, pseudo-intellectual Hollywood actor bullshit stuff.
Yeah, Leafy, he goes after people who, like Matty B, who are, like, super rich and are completely spoiled. He doesn't flex. He just minds his own business. He just exposes other people. That's why I like him.
Alright, can I ask you all a favor? Can one of y'all monitor the live stream chat in case somebody leaves a comment?
I can do that.
Alright, good.
And I'll mention anybody if they say anything.
To be fair, Leafy's videos aren't like how they used to be now. Now they're more straightforward, more to the point, and now they're not as obnoxious either. They're actually pretty entertaining now, to be honest.
Wait a minute, now that I think about it, YouTube disabled my live chats on this channel for some reason.
Probably because we were making offensive stuff.
I don't know what we did. I didn't really do anything that offensive on this channel really before.
They probably know, like, the previous podcast and say, no, we're not allowing that.
No,
I
we're
didn't
not.
really do anything on that one. But let's not
I don't
really
know.
get into details.
We did a lot of stuff back in that old podcast that could get us canceled this early in our YouTube channel career.
Exactly.
I don't really think we did anything.
Oh, could you imagine if we were big YouTubers and we had a podcast like the old one? Oh my god.
Yes, and
That
have
was
like
just
an own radio.
unorganized and stuff, but I mean, let's not make that the subject of this episode.
Yeah. Whose content is better, though? The important question is, we've come to a point where we have to answer this. Whose content is better, H3H3 or Leafy?
Leafy.
I like old school 2015 to 2017 H3H3 more, But in terms of now, I'd say that Leafy's content is way better than H3H3's.
Yeah, I mean H3 back then he very good content, but I think he's just slowly digressing.
Personally,
Yeah.
I don't think it was great, but I don't think it was terrible. It was like in between.
It was hard hitting facts.
Yeah, like he was to the point, and he did it in a comedic way. Nowadays, his
I don't know,
content
it
is
was a little
just
cringy.
I don't know. I thought it was funny. His content is too boring and political for me nowadays. I don't know why he has to talk about his political opinions that no one gives a fuck about. Like, come on, man.
His podcast is like
Nobody
slowly,
cares
like, going
about
to
celebrities'
Keemstar.
political opinions, period, because most of them really, I mean, they're not living like normal people. They're above everyone with all their money and fame, and they basically just, yeah, it doesn't apply to them, really. They're just idiots, and they're probably just getting
To be
paid
fair,
to say whatever.
Ethan seems like such a dad these days, to be honest.
I mean, he has a kid, though.
I know
He
he
has a
does.
kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. They had a kid, I think, about a year or two ago.
Wow.
Like, I don't know, man. I just think that. I don't know. I just feel like that Ethan is now like that one uncle that tries to be cool with his teenage cousins and his teenage nephews, but then comes across as a weirdo. Like, I feel like Ethan's like that now.
You know when YouTube's like slowly like gone to hell when big YouTubers have like kids of their own, then they're not making original content.
Yeah. I miss the old YouTube, man. Back when you could just be some 19-year-old gamer in a fucking basement and then get a video with 1 million views. That's why I like Leafy is here. He's the resemblance of the old. He's the only living being. Him and Critical are the last true YouTubers because they're literally dudes in their basements that make videos. They're the last.
But
memory of
Leafy
what-
lives in an apartment.
I don't care. You get what I mean. Some
No,
gamer
I
in his
don't.
basement. That's what YouTube is supposed to be, man.
Shut up before it's 17 across the butt.
YouTube, honestly, is just whatever, but, like, I mean, really, truly what YouTube's supposed to be, it's supposed to be content created by individual people and not corporations.
Look at what it became. It ended up selling out to corporations, and now
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we need something to rival YouTube,
Literally,
man.
YouTube was founded to be about individual creators, not corporations, but then Google screwed it all up and made it about corporations.
That's
Yeah.
why you don't sell. That's why you don't sell shit to Google.
Yeah.
When YouTube like when YouTube was born, Anthony and Ian from Smosh, they did all sorts of creativity videos.
Yeah.
It
I've been
was-
getting really nostalgic to like those old channels from the 2000s. You know, like Screw Attack, Mega 64. Man, those were the shit. They were the people doing all these pranks and commentary videos before anyone else had done it.
Yeah, I think their pranks was much more like entertaining, and Joey Salads and all these other so-called pranksters just
Yeah.
just
Joey
fake
Salads
it.
is pretty amateur.
Yeah. I mean, Mega 64 is funny though. Like Mega 64 was entertaining to watch. They were fun, man. But even then, Mega 64, they're dads now.
Yeah.
They themselves are dads. And then there's the angry video game nerd. Remember the angry video game nerd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up watching him a lot too. And then Cover Killer Nation. Does anyone here know Cover Killer
No.
Nation?
I've heard.
Garrett. Yeah, he's that one metalhead YouTuber that always roasts pop and rap music. It's funny. I don't really hate rap music that much anymore. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. It's not stuff that I listen to, but it's still funny to watch Cover Killer Nation.
Yeah,
He
I
was-
still kind of hate rap music.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you though. Most rap fans are cringe, to
I
be
mean, I
honest.
liked it like 2 or 3 years ago. Now I completely hate it.
Yeah, same. I used to like it like 4 or 5 years ago. Now I can't stand most of it.
Just
I
that
think-
feeling when your streak's about to expire on Snapchat and somebody gets you a snap at the last minute.
one YouTuber that I hated that passed away. I think in 2018, I believe. The Angry Grandpa. Have you ever seen him?
Yeah.
I've heard of him. I think I
Oh,
might have seen some of his content.
absolutely funny.
I love that guy.
He would always scream. He always has a sharp object in his house, and he always has like a cigarette. And I think one of my favorite videos was when he got so angry that he didn't find his pinwheels, that like these little cinnamon rolls. He was so angry that he was just saying gibberish, throwing toasters, throwing an oven, and just like screaming like, "I'm on the goddamn pinwheels!"
I like
I'm
the
never gonna
episode
pivot!
where like the guy got like the PS4 when it was like bad when it launched, and then the angry grandpa got mad and like destroyed it.
He's cost his son at least like 17,000. I don't know. He backed in. He took a van and he backed into the pool, and he had his son pay it for like $7,000.
Yeah.
I need to watch The Angry Grandpa.
It was funny, but he needed rehab.
Yeah, he got cancer before he got. Well,
Man, that's unfortunate. Why do we always have to lose the dankest people, man?
I feel like the most heartwarming angry grandpa video was like the one where like the guy got him his like dream car.
oh yeah, that 55 Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I like that. But I think Michael, he's still living in South Carolina. His son.
Remember when Pro Jared used to work for Screw Attack?
Oh, sure.
I honestly like know nothing about both.
Looks like me and Garrett only know about that.
It was like
Me and Garrett,
y'all were
me
on a
and Garrett-
completely different side of the internet in the 2000s than what I was.
yeah, I mean, I also watched Lego videos and music videos too, but I also liked Screw Attack, Death Battle, which is a part of Screw Attack. It's what Screw Attack is now, actually, and Mega 64. Those were the boomers of YouTube, the good old days.
Back in
The
the
first comedy
2000s YouTube, I was just watching Fred Figglehorn and freaking Lego videos and Thomas the Tank Engine videos.
Yeah, not gonna lie, one of my very first YouTube videos that I ever watched was like Thomas the Tank Engine Trackmaster sets. You know where like you flip the switch on top of them and just watch them. I just watched that for hours.
And then there was like early 2010s YouTube where I was watching Smosh all the time, and I was watching kids react and stuff, and then like the Fine Bros, you know, and
I would watch, what the fuck do you call it? Would also watch Annoying Orange Fred. Who else would I watch?
I watched Annoying Orange. It's just, yeah, he was pretty annoying though. That's why I didn't watch it that much.
I watched FBE. I thought Annoying Orange was the funniest thing ever. I also watched Slenderman videos.
I remember a second grade me just cracking up and dying on the floor whenever Annoying Orange would make dumb noises.
I remember dying of laughing when he said, "Ow, apple."
I remember when he got like a TV show on Cartoon Network, and there was like this one scene, and I just like
watching it.
I kept
I remember
cracking up
watching
so hard that like in second grade like English class, I got like I in like big trouble for laughing in the middle of class just thinking about it. It was so funny.
Yeah, that would happen to me all the time. I would just burst out of laughter out of nowhere because I had funny thoughts in my head, man, back in elementary school. I would just sit in my class, something funny popped into my head, and I would start dying of laughing.
I still do that now.
I don't do that now, but I mean, I'll occasionally giggle when I think.
Tana, have you watched the Fred movie?
Yeah, I've watched the Fred movies.
I
My
absolutely
dad,
love the scene where he's like trying to get to Judy's house. He can't get over the wall, so he digs under, but he doesn't find out that a Chinese family has moved in and Judy's like moved out. He digs
I
up
was-
and finds like two Chinese kids. Oh my damn it! I digged all the way back to China.
my dad didn't let me watch Fred as a kid, though. Like, I had to watch it not when my dad was around because my dad thought Fred was gay. It
It
wasn't
turned
allowed
out to be.
He was gay.
My dad said, "He's gay, you're not allowed to watch him."
What a small world.
Ironic because the guy that plays Fred is ironically a homosexual, I told that to my dad a couple years back. That the guy that plays Fred is a homosexual, and my dad said, "I knew it."
I liked his emo hair though.
It wasn't really emo hair. It was more like Justin Bieber hair, if anything.
Yeah, it was like
it's more like
2000 shag cut.
a bowl cut.
Not really a bowl cut,
Yeah,
more like a...
It was a shag.
Yeah, it was a shag cut. I think that's what they call it.
Popularized by Zac Efron.
So
Yeah.
So you
And
can
then-
get that YouTube. Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
If I'm going to be honest, though, that hairstyle didn't really become hated until Justin Bieber got it. That's when that hairstyle got hated.
Yeah.
Gosh darn.
Justin
Canadian.
Bieber's though was like super flat and like looked like he just like pasted it on with like Elmer's glue or whatever, while like Zac
I know,
Efron's
right?
had like volume.
Yeah. Wasn't Zac Efron's kind of greasy, though?
It didn't look that greasy to me. I mean, maybe that's what it looked like on the beach. But I mean,
So you can't get that YouTube chat.
Isn't Justin Bieber bald now?
I don't know what he looks like now.
Didn't he get a buzz cut and then dye it pink?
She had it pink and yummy.
Yeah, and then got a buzz cut, too.
That
I
video.
don't I
See
know.
Justin Bieber 2020. Well, he's got a mustache. He's got short blonde hair with a baseball cap on, earrings.
That sounds like a 50-year-old man-child pedophile, to be honest.
in
He's
the
got a
music
chain
video.
on his neck.
Oh, yeah, I think he's going through a midlife crisis.
Smiley face sweatshirt.
Oh. I feel
In
like
his-
Justin Bieber would be the type of guy who used
Justin
laughing
Bieber
emojis.
apologizes for past comments on race, according to the Insider.
I feel like Justin Bieber would be the type of guy to use laughing emojis in every single text message.
I went through that stage at one point.
I like how his music video in Yummy was just the entire video was just him mooching with other diners.
Yeah, you got that yummy, 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 yummy.
If I'm going to be honest, there's more originality in a school shooter's journal than in a Justin Bieber song, if we're going to be real.
deep comment.
I mean, is it really wrong, though? You'll find a whole story in a
I
school
think you
shooter.
could find something better to compare.
I don't know.
I think there's more originality in a kindergartner writing poetry than the song Yummy.
I think there's more originality in the smell. There's more originality in the smell of a porn star's fart than in a Justin Bieber song.
Studies show that kids are more creative than humans. I think they just lose. I don't know.
There's just like kids are more creative than humans.
I feel like, why do human
No,
beings...
I said kids are more creative than adults, not.
I swear you just said kids are more creative than humans.
Shut up! Stop putting words in
You
my mouth.
you said kids are more intelligent than humans.
I said adults.
I heard humans,
I
not
heard
adults.
humans too.
Yeah, I heard humans, not adults.
Yeah, kids are more creative than humans. Quote of the century.
I'm gonna beat both of you until a bloody pulp.
Joseph, I think
I'm gonna grab
this
your
moment-
lunch money, buy a lunch, and eat it in front of
think-
you.
I think I'm better in sex than most humans. I think I'm better in sex than humans are.
You ever had it though?
No. Is that? I mean, I'm not 18 yet, so I mean that's good.
Hypocrite.
Yes. Come to play with your.
Jamona.
Whenever you go in the comments section of fart porn videos on Instagram, there's always
Yes, breathe. Let me breathe that yummy air.
yeah, you gotta breathe that yummy air. Oh, could you imagine if Justin? Can you imagine if in the Yummy music video Justin Bieber got his wife to fart in his face? He's like, yeah, you got that yummy, yummy.
He
I
goes,
would have
yeah,
made
girl.
the music video.
He's like, oh, give me that.
Yeah, girl,
Oh,
give me that air biscuit.
give me that air biscuit. Give me that anal refresher.
Give me that yummy, yummy air.
Give me that yummy, yummy air. Give me that anal air.
I feel like we're gonna look back on this part in like 5 years and be like, God, that was so cringy.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna laugh. I feel like I'll be such a man child that I'll find it funny.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I was
I
always
just
immature.
don't like. I don't know why I still find fart and poop jokes funny. Like, I feel like
Dude,
such a.
I've found them not funny at the age of 10.
I don't know, man. I feel like a grown-up baby.
I feel like
Because
you would like the parts of South Park that I don't like that's just full of that.
I probably would. I hate how I still laugh at fart and poop jokes.
You would
Like,
love
that's just-
Terrence and Phillip in South Park. That's literally what all it is. It's the show that the kids watch.
Like, I don't know. When I'm watching a TV show, I don't want it to entirely be fart and poop jokes. Like, I want some original humor.
Yeah, but it's
and
not
original-
entirely just those parts.
I find it funny, probably, though.
It's
An
funny.
occasional
Have you seen that
And occasional
Netflix series, Paradise
occasional
TV?
fart joke is funny, but, like, when you make your entire TV show fart jokes, then it's not funny
Yeah.
anymore, and it's repetitive.
South Park
Like,
makes fun of Canadians so much that they act like Canadians are another species of humans and they draw them differently.
Oh my god. Like, having fart jokes in, like, 5 episodes, maybe, but, like, the entire show, if the entire
It's
show
not
is
every
built-
episode.
I'm not talking about South Park, I'm talking about shows in
Oh, yeah.
general. An entire show is built on, like, fart and poop jokes, and that's gonna be garbage. You need original humor in there.
Dude, that's literally like shows targeted towards like 6 to 8-year-olds.
Yeah. I still feel immature, though, for finding fart and poop jokes funny.
Legit, I know one parent took their child to see The Sausage Party, even though the trailer specifically said this is not for kids.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then there's Dan Schneider who made all of his shows about feet jokes.
Yeah, true. I feel like Dan Schneider might have a foot fetish. Or be something worse, but I don't wanna put allegations out there.
I have
Let's
a
not
tink
do
one.
Funny though, I was checking and Dan Schneider follows Miranda Cosgrove, and Miranda Cosgrove doesn't follow him back.
That's weird. I wonder why that could be. There's pictures of them together.
But then Ariana Grande follows him back.
I don't understand why Dan Schneider. I always expected Dan Schneider to be some tall, skinny guy. He ended up kind of being the opposite.
He was
you
always
know?
pretty fat, even back in like the 90s he was.
Oh,
If you see the movie Good Burger, he directs it and he also plays a character in the movie, and yeah, he looks like the exact same then.
Wait, what character is he in Good
He's the
Burger?
manager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't he know? I thought he knew Jim Carrey.
Good Burger's a good movie. I have a DVD copy of it.
That's rare.
What do you mean?
I don't think I ever saw. I thought Good Burger was. I thought it was only published or like broadcasted on like Nickelodeon. I never thought that it would actually make it like DVD.
No, it actually has DVD copies, and I've actually found them like the $3 movie bin in like Walmart or whatever.
And if you guys have not seen Good Burger, go watch it. You'll love it.
It's like when I went to Weiss and I looked in the DVD bin, I found like the second and third Matrix movies, and they were like original copies from like 2003, and then I was like, bet, and they were like $3.33 each.
Whenever I watch Good Burger, it always reminds me of like some like GTA San Andreas for some reason. It gets me like that like late 90s, mid 20s vibe. Welcome to Good Burger, dude.
Good Burger is from the late 90s.
Yeah, but the guy who plays Ed, I don't think.
Kel Mitchell.
Yeah, Does he do any other movie role parts?
Well, he had his own Nickelodeon show, Keenan and Kel.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, Keenan ended up on, like, Saturday Night Live, and then Kel kind of just remained on Nickelodeon.
Did I mention I was at a Walgreens yesterday, and this one guy, or the cash register, the guy goes, "Hey, you look familiar." And I go, "What?" He goes, "Did you play the kid in Little Stewart?" I said, "What?" He goes, "You're the guy. You're the kid. You're the kid who's the brother of Little Stewart." I'm like, no.
Didn't Little Stewart come out in like 1990 something?
It was like 99.
So yeah, so how would you be that age? What the heck? That guy must have been on meth.
I was just like, I he says like, did you know Michael J. Fox? Because he's the guy who played Stuart Little. Did you meet him? I said I wish, but it's better being mentioned or being called that, because I get more mentioned that I look like Eugene from the Polar Express.
Oh, you do look like Eugene from Polar Express.
I didn't even
Do you
know that
guys
kid
know
had a name.
what train we're on?
I think if
What
you
is
look
that
at the
kid?
script, his name actually just says Know-It-All.
He doesn't have a name. I thought it was Eugene.
I swear, literally in the script it says Know-It-All.
Isn't that kid, is it just me or does that kid sound like Ben Shapiro?
I don't know. Does it look
I haven't
like
heard him in a while. I gotta watch the movie again, even though I really don't want to sit through that whole thing again.
I watched it so much in my classrooms in elementary school. I don't
Yeah,
think I
if you literally type in Know-It-All Polar Express into Google, that literally is his official name. I don't know where you got Eugene from, but Wikipedia literally says his name is Know-It-All.
I mean, are we really gonna trust Wikipedia though? Like,
Actually,
come on.
Fandom.com also says that. IMDb also says that, I think.
All right, Matt Pat from Movie Theory. You got another case.
Matthew Patrick. I used to watch that guy a lot. He sold out too, though.
Yeah.
He has a kid now.
Yeah, unfortunate. I grew up watching that guy too. Matt Pat does not look like a dude in his 30s. Matt Pat could pass for being like 18 or 19, to be honest.
Now he like has a beard and he's like, I'm a dad now. Because everybody just become like a completely different person when they have a kid.
Even with a beard, though, like with a beard, he looks like he could be 22 or 23. Without it, he looks like he could be 18, 19.
Now he looks like he's starting to age.
I don't think so. I think he maybe like 25 at the most.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't look anything over 25 to me. And he
All
sounds
the images that I'm finding of him in Google are like him in like 2012.
He sounds the exact same too. His voice hasn't changed at all.
I've sounded the same since like January of 2017.
I think I sound the same as I did in 2018.
On like his third Instagram post, he looks like much older and stuff. But then for some reason on his newest post, yeah, he looks like he's starting to age a tiny bit. I mean, he looks like 23 or 4 with a clean shaven with a beard. He looks like he's like 29 or 30.
Yeah, but he doesn't look like 40 or some shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't even
Filthy.
think he is 40.
Filthy Frank or Joji. I think that's
Oh, Filthy Frank or Joji really sold out, man.
he shaved his neck beard. I mean, he didn't
He
like
to stop selling out.
He's like, how did he go from being god of the internet to some guy that makes music for sad teenage girls? Like, really?
I think after he made like the STFU music video, and then he's like slowly thought to himself like, you know, why would I make YouTube videos when I'm really good at making music? But I mean, I wish he would just stuck with like making more content like Human Cake and
Yeah. Maybe, I mean, it wouldn't be bad if he pursued death metal.
yeah.
Why do so many famous people have to use laughing emojis? Like, really?
Honestly, though, you're the first person I've met who's against laughing emojis.
Okay, but I don't like them. I don't like it. I don't use it. I don't want people I like to use it.
Yeah, but like at the same time, you gotta remember though, 99% of the people in the world like to use them, as what I've seen.
Well, when
Not really. A lot of the people I talk with find them to be cringe too, and
Yeah,
so
but
does my
that's like a small minority.
when I saw people like typing like LMAO or LOL, I thought they were just lazy. I legit said, yeah, that's funny, or because I thought for some reason I didn't think that was cool.
I just say LMAO or LOL.
Honestly though, lol just feels like something you say when you're trying to tell people that you're not being serious. Lamal just like, kind of funny. Capital Lamal is like, oh my gosh, that's actually funny.
Yeah, you should use that instead of laughing emojis.
It's just like, yeah, it's hard to express laughter through text because honestly, I mean, really, just like lol, just now literally just feels like, lol.
I was reading this text conversation on Reddit. It was between a mom and a daughter, and the mom says, "Hey, your grandma just died, lol," and she goes, "What?" She goes, "Lol." And he
I've
goes,
seen that before.
he goes, what's that? What's that? What do you? What's
I know.
so
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that before.
And the mom goes, "Doesn't lol mean lots of love?" She goes, "No." Your grandma died, lol.
Your grandma died, lol, that is just sad.
Your grandma died, lol. I've seen that before. Or
I feel like my father didn't know what LOL meant until like 2014.
does your dad use laughing emojis?
No.
Good. Lucky you.
I don't even think he knows how to use emojis.
My parents use laughing emojis.
That's the key for that one.
Unfortunately. My dad uses these fucking cat laughing emojis, and I can't stand that.
Cat laughing
like-
emojis are worse than regular laughing emojis.
Exactly. My dad uses it, and I'm like, oh. And then there's this one black guy that I follow that uses it in like every sentence. He's got.
You should tell your dad that gay guys use cat laughing emojis.
It would probably work.
Yeah, and tell him that non-gay guys don't use emojis.
Yeah.
My
so
dad, my dad can't use emojis because his phone is a flip phone from like 2001.
Lucky him.
Honestly, at this point, though, you could get like an iPhone SE for like dirt cheap, and then
He doesn't want another phone. He loves his flip phone.
you do you.
Bro, my dad sends me these laughing emojis of monkeys laughing.
I mean, honestly, to like older people, I'm like, you really don't need to get $1,000 iPhone. You're pretty much good with like a $400 SE or something around like the $400-$500 budget, anything like that. I mean, you really don't need the expensive stuff. It's
What would you do if your dad, he packed you lunch, and he got like one of these like emoji stickers and goes, "Love you, lol."
We're gonna have a talk at dinner.
I don't know. And then my mom, you know those memojis of people? You know what I mean? Like people, what they get of what they look like?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Those
Like,
memoji things.
yeah, where people have pictures of what they look like. My
You
mom
can
made that.
actually did you see those on Android?
Yeah, my mom made that, and she sends it to me in all of her messages, and I'm like, oh my god, mom. I just cringe at that stuff. My parents aren't the only people that do it. A ton of people I know do it, and I'm like,
Cake
can you
Boy
like,
does it.
yeah, Cake Boy does it, and it's super cringe. Thank God there's a girl that I know that doesn't do that.
I've never
It-
done it.
It's very rare to find a girl who likes metal and is.
Yeah, I mean, the girl I know doesn't even like metal. I mean, she likes some of it, but not most of it.
It's like it's cringe to overuse your Snapchat Bitmoji, but if you don't have one for your account literally just looks like you're a bot.
Yeah, true.
I'd rather get hacked by a Chinese virus on TikTok.
I've literally seen people put their own Bitmojis on their own business advertisements. I've literally seen businesses put freaking Bitmojis on like their logo. It's like, why?
Yeah, that shit's cringe. Can't stand fucking teachers that do that type of shit.
You know what else is cringe?
What?
Anti-bullying videos.
Anti what videos?
Oh, no,
Anti-bullying
not
videos.
those.
Oh yeah.
I had to watch those in middle school. They were so bad.
If a kid calls you a poo-poo head, you can report him for a hate crime.
If a kid calls you a poo-poo head, you can report him instead of hitting him because violence is not the answer, kids.
I'm
It only-
just gonna say this clear. Violence is the way, because
Yeah.
if you tell the teacher, he's gonna come back, or
you could just shoot up the school.
Violence is not the answer in terms of that.
Maybe it is if you're getting raped by some old guy. How are you gonna get him off of you? You can
Yeah,
shit
we're
in
not
his-
talking about targeting innocent people. That's called
No, but, like,
self-defense.
If you get raped by an old guy,
Yeah,
you should
don't
just
compare
shit-
self-defense with acts of terrorism.
I know, but if you're getting raped by an old guy, can't you just shit in his face?
Sure. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can bite and kick and scream. You can rip off his ballsack.
when the teacher roasts you, but she doesn't know you got an M9 in your backpack.
I can't make the quiet kid joke because I was a quiet kid at school, and because they're so overmade. Like, everyone's made a quiet kid joke. It's basically a normie meme at this
I've
point.
never made a quiet kid joke in my life.
I used to, but yet I was a quiet kid.
Just like all those memes, like, oh yeah, when you start tapping in Morse code on your desk and the quiet kid taps back in Morse code.
Yeah,
When I was-
if I had
when
a
I was-
joke, I would just outburst it.
When I was in high school, people thought I was going to be a school shooter. Because of how, like, quiet I was. And people would, they would get nervous around me and stuff. And I'm like, I don't even talk or do anything. I just spend all day just doing my work in
Those
peace.
kind of kids are the reason why these tragedies happen, because they just push it upon people, but I really do not want that to be the subject of this podcast either.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, people will, it's not every day you'll see someone in a trench coat, but
Yeah, exactly. Like, no one wears trench coats. Like, come on.
or when
Not
you're
even,
when you're at a biker bar or not a bar, but
not even fucking school shooters wear trench coats.
let's say you're at a movie theater and a biker guy with a leather jacket, he's got a bandana, probably has like the Confederate flag on his back,
Then he's
And-
probably just a metalhead, not a fucking school shooter.
He sits right next to you at the movie theater, and you think, "Oh God, this guy's got a knife." No, you don't. You don't know. He may be a veteran. You know, he may have like other political ideas
Or he may be just a metalhead chilling, you know? Like, let the metalhead chill.
I mean, sometimes what people wear can really judge their character, especially when people like show up with like ripped jeans and like a chain and like a baggy t-shirt that look like they got it out of like a garbage can. I mean, that usually looks sketchy. I mean, if people literally are a bit uneasy with you, I mean, look how you dressed. You literally look like you're from a bad neighborhood. I mean,
Yeah, true. I don't know, if you look like you haven't bathed in 30 days, then I think you're gross.
well, yeah, you should bathe at least twice a week.
I remember it being at a mall center. I was
Yeah.
in the food court, and this black woman, she comes walking by, and she has this big orange fluffy jacket. She looked like she was like from the TV show Yo Gabba Gabba. Like it was so big.
Sounds like a 70s pimp outfit.
I mean, I like the '70s like bell bottoms, the jeans where like they're super puffy at the end. I think those are dope.
Honestly, when it comes to the 70s, like there's like nothing that appeals to me about the decade.
Yeah, same.
80s
That
are
was when
superior.
that was when disco was mainstream.
I can't find like any songs from the 70s that like I'm really into. It's like 80s is the better decade.
You think they had a booja bus in the '70s?
I don't know. 70s was just hippie stuff, freaking disco crap.
Vietnam.
Disco, punk rock, that type of garbage.
Yes, in the '70s, I think that was like Black Sabbath.
No, I think, yeah, Black Sabbath was there too. And then 80s was thrash metal like Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax.
The 80s
Then
just
nine-
killed disco with new wave.
Yeah, and then the 90s you had death metal, black metal, grunge, gangster rap.
I'm surprised like bands like Metallica,
Yeah, boy bands in the 90s.
multi
Yeah, you had boy bands too. You had pop music.
they would do shows in like Moscow, Russia.
Oh yeah,
That
90s
was so
had a
popular.
big Eurodance craze. That only like a couple of Eurodance songs became hits in the United States, but like in Europe and Asia, Eurodance was like everywhere.
Joe, do you remember when we were at that car show and we
Yeah.
stumbled upon that old it looked like late 40s and early 50s ice cream van. This thing, Tanner, this thing looked like it's rusty. It looked like a rape van.
I
But-
love when he took a photo of it and edited the boocha bus on the side of it.
I wrote like on the side of it, free V-Bucks, free candy. Like the Avengers music playing in the background. Oh yeah, let's get into the booja.
I love when your mom is like, I like how you guys call weed booja. You make it sound less good.
On what?
When your mom's like, I like how you guys call weed booja. It makes it sound less good.
Boocha Bust.
Remember that?
Garrett's mom said that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
She's completely like oblivious to my jokes. Like, I don't have because I usually like back then I usually scream like Allah Akbar, and she goes, "Oh, okay, come on, Allah Akbar. Good night, my little Allah Akbar."
Oh, I don't know if I should be, as a
Cringy
Muslim, I don't know if I should be laughing or be offended at that. I think I should laugh.
Yeah, you probably should.
joke.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, I could blow you up if I want. So, I mean, there's that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, commit a felony.
yeah, true. I get imprisoned. Then I'd be like Puppy Osama.
A movement will be.
Dude, the
made.
ATF would just come and kill you for weapons
Hashtag
charges.
I can't wait for hashtag Muslim Lives Matter.
And
I
then
never
the
knew
ATF
the
just gets
UN actually
abolished.
sucked.
Ugh. If I see one more fist, I think I'm gonna kill myself and blow myself up.
I was watching a funny old Fine Bros video. It was like elders react to dubstep, and it was super funny.
Yeah, dubstep is garbage. It's not even fucking music, it's just noise.
Meh, debatable.
People say dubstep have riffs in it. I was like, no, they don't.
Dubstep doesn't even use a guitar or drum. It literally is pure computer.
I mean, they use drum sounds, but then again, like literally most modern music's all computers.
Yeah, which is gay. I want instruments, not fucking computers.
I mean, though, if you could replicate an instrument completely on a computer, I mean, what's the difference?
Country and like rock
I don't.
still use like instrumentals. I don't
I
think
want real instruments, not fake.
Yeah, but like, people have been using fake instruments since like the 80s.
Yeah, which is why they're fags. I need a band or musician that uses real instrument.
Oh yeah, you guys want to see?
I don't care if
Trolls?
the instruments are real or fake, as long as the music sounds good. That's where I stand.
For me, with fake instruments, the music sounds like garbage.
Well,
If you
how would
wanna
it
hear
sound
good
like
music.
garbage if it sounds identical to the real stuff? They do it right.
No, because it sounds like garbage.
But that doesn't make any sense, because if they could completely replicate what it would sound like with real instruments, if it could sound at the exact same, how would it sound like garbage?
Because they can't replicate the sound. They can't do that.
With technology, you can do anything, so they could definitely replicate the sound. It's just most people just who use fake instruments just don't know how to write music, period, which is the problem.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want fake instruments. I only want real ones.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of time to learn a real instrument, and it's...
I don't know. I'm learning the guitar right now, and I'm getting the hang
As
of
long
it.
as you understand musical chords and musical theory, and you understand how all that stuff works, and you can actually compose a masterpiece, I don't see a problem with fake instruments.
I mean, Queen. I think they used some technology when they were making Bohemian Rhapsody. You can hear it between.
Yeah, but I don't like Queen.
Yeah, I don't like Queen either.
Why? Because he's gay?
Yes,
I'm a homophobe. Time to cancel me.
I was stumbling around on watching like Filthy Frank videos, and I stumbled upon this
Chris went
comment.
live.
What?
let's wait for the call. Let's wait for podcast send to check out on that one.
Well, yeah, let's just not make that the center of the podcast right now. Yeah, we'll respect some privacy here.
I saw this comment. It says, at the children's hospital in my area, they have an original PS1 with Spyro on it. I want to be dying so I can go and play Spyro now.
Nice. My dentist office used to have GameCubes, but then they replaced them with iPads.
Huh. I think they used to have a Mario Kart that it wasn't like Mario Kart Wii. It was
Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. That's a good game. That's the only Mario Kart I actually don't own. Actually, well, I don't own the Wii U one either, but I have the Switch one, which is the exact same as the Wii U one, which is bonus content. So I guess yes, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Double Dash is getting kind of expensive though. Whenever I see it for sale, I mean, the lowest I'll see it for is like $50, and the highest I'll see it for is up to like $75. I've seen Smash Melee go for like $100, which is crazy. I got mine for 50 cents at a yard sale. I literally got it, which was like a great deal. It was like back in 2014 when I bought my copy of it. Even though I'm not like the biggest Smash guy, I don't like how Smash kind of inconsistent and how like certain characters are like superior to others. It just kind of ruins the fun out of the game. How you're limited to only like a handful of characters out of the selection they provide in order to actually get good at it, and then like you have to. I don't know, Smash fanboys will always like fight me and they'd be like, oh my gosh, Smash is such a good game, it's not inconsistent, yeah, you're just bad at it. I'm like, just shut up, Street Fighter 2 is a better game.
Exactly.
Street Fighter 2 is consistent and you can actually use every character and be good with them. And Street Fighter 2 actually has real combos, and yes, Smash guys can come at me. I mean, I will fight you on how Street Fighter 2 is superior to Smash.
And I
don't know, man. Like, I mean, Street Fighter 2 is good though, but Smash that rivals it for me.
I don't think people liked it when they put a campaign in Super Smash Bros.
They've had a campaign in Super Smash Bros. Since Super Smash Bros. 64. Basically, it was like the one where you had to like fight different characters, and then at the end you have to fight the Master Hand. Then I mean, Smash 64 is an interesting game,
but I prefer the Super Mario 64.
Yeah, Super Mario 64 is a good game. I mean, I beat it last in December when I did the staircase glitch and just fought Bowser because I didn't feel like wasting my time getting like 20 more power stars, because some of the levels in the game are very difficult and unpolished, though if you know the staircase glitch you can literally skip like the majority of the game.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, people probably be like, oh my gosh, dude, I beat it when I was like 8 years old. It's just like, good for you. You probably spent like 15 hours a day playing it. It's like, I'll say how some N64 games haven't aged well. I'm not saying that they're bad, but they just haven't aged very well. And then I'll get attacked by a bunch of millennials and be like, oh my gosh, the N64 was so advanced for its time, you degenerate Zoomer. And I'll be like, I'm being honest here, it has not aged well. Just please calm down.
And imagine pretending that N64 graphics look good. They literally look like fucking... They look so bad I can't even describe it.
It's like, honestly, if I'm being honest, I think the SNES is aged better than the N64.
Yeah, for real. SNES graphics are a lot better looking than N64 PS1 graphics.
I didn't like the ripples on Mario in Super Mario 64. I thought it was.
When I was a kid, I thought Mario 64 looked retarded.
Honestly, though, I think Donkey Kong Donkey Kong Country definitely looks better graphically than Super Mario 64 in the games like from 1994 versus 1996.
Yeah, I mean, I thought when I first saw Super Mario 64, I thought it was a YouTube poop video. I didn't even think it was a real game. The graphics.
The DS one definitely improved the graphics. It's just the thing I don't like about the DS one is like it's not really truly the original game as you play as the different characters, which I guess some people like that. I really don't. But I mean, it's a good game regardless.
I think one of my favorite games. I remember getting up out of bed and like on Saturdays I would plug in Indiana Jones the Lego.
Good game.
Yeah, I love that.
I've been playing Yoshi's Island a good bit lately on my SNES. I mean, I'm World 5, level 5 currently. I mean, I gotta get to World 8, but I mean, I like Yoshi's Island. I think it's aged pretty well. It's pretty fun. There's a lot of content in the game, and it's definitely action-packed for a 1995 video game.
Yeah.
It's hard at some parts, but it's, like, doable at least, but, like, you still feel the challenge.
Oh!
What?
Ew. Did you guys see CB's man bun.
Did you cream?
Who's CB?
CB, he's got blue hair.
Never heard of him.
You don't know him?
No.
He calls himself Kat.
Maybe
Hot?
I've seen him, but I don't recall the name.
Dude, you know him. Fat blue hair
Oh, I know. He's
on live stream now.
No.
CB. Cake.
Cake.
Oh, I thought you were talking about some like big YouTuber. I'm like, how do I not know this guy? Yeah,
What happened?
I know what you're talking about.
What happened?
I went to his stream and I saw his man bun and yeesh.
Wait, what is he streaming on?
Instagram.
I mean, he's
Oh.
our friend. We can mention him.
Yeah, true. But we don't want him to find it.
That was funny, and elders react to Skrillex, literally. A lot of them were like, oh my gosh, he looks hot, when they showed a photo of him. And they're like, I want my kids to have his hairstyle.
Skrillex is cringe.
I remember elders reacting to GTA 5 and one of the
I remember that one and Elders reacting to Slipknot. How do you say that Slipknot isn't music but think that dubstep is music? Like not uses fucking instruments and dubstep just sounds like a computer taking a shit and it's fucking made from a computer. Meanwhile Slipknot uses real instruments, real singing.
I think
Dubstep doesn't
realistically,
use vocals.
dubstep truly sounds like two Transformers having sex.
Yeah, because it's garbage music. At least Slipknot's good.
Decepticons.
I mean, I'll still stand by the few dubstep songs that I like, but I mean, I can see how you don't like it. I mean,
Have you heard the dubstep doom metal cover mix?
No, I don't want to hear that. I hate dubstep, and I don't want. If you're a metalhead and you like dubstep, you're a poser, just automatically. If you're a metalhead and you use TikTok, you're a poser as well.
I don't know. I don't know. I hate rap like so much these days.
For me, I hated rap so much the last year, but now I hate dubstep more than anything.
I don't know how you could hate rap more than dubstep.
I hate dubstep more than rap, though. I don't hate rap more than dubstep.
At least,
Yeah, rap.
at least
rap is-
dubstep's
Rap
actually
has more
talented
lyrics, too.
in the creative process than freaking
No.
rap.
No, rap is more creative than dubstep. You have to be
That's
more.
bullshit. Dubstep is literally they're actually sampling different songs. Actually, you need to know how to actually use editing softwares to put them. I mean, for music, sound editing softwares to put it all together. Rap, usually the guys just buy an instrumental from someone. They literally then just to like write a bunch of nonsense lyrics, and then they literally just talk over some beat that they didn't even create themselves that they bought, and then they literally even the beats aren't even that good. It's just like drums and that heavy bass or whatever, and then they just like compile it all together, and then people act like it's freaking Mozart.
Yeah, but I mean, dubstep still sucks.
I mean, that's fine if you think that. I'm just saying, though, in the creative process, rap's definitely much less creative than dubstep.
Yeah, but at least from a musical perspective, at least rap uses vocals, and at least rap is better than dubstep. At
There are
least
some
rap.
dubstep songs that use vocals. For example, "Cinema" by Benny Benassi, Foot Skrillex.
but they don't sing. They usually like stuttered like yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, but this one actually got actual singing in the song that I just mentioned.
I think like NWA and like rappers back then, like in the '90s, I think
Yeah, we're good.
their rap
90s rappers were good.
they had meaning.
I
To it.
used to like them, but honestly now I don't anymore.
I still listen to the Beastie Boys. They're so good.
You know who else likes the Beastie Boys?
What
Who?
about them?
Corey Taylor from Slipknot likes the Beastie Boys.
I shouldn't say
Honestly,
A.
though, Beastie Boys is probably like one of the few rappers I guess I somewhat still like.
I think they were a rap band though.
Yeah.
I don't think they were. It was one rapper. I think it was a band.
I know like a lot of the old rappers, honestly, they used to just like take like instrumentals from like R&B songs and then they would just like rap over them. So I mean,
Yeah.
even back then, I mean, they weren't even making their own instrumentals ever. I mean,
The theme song of Thomas the Tank Engine goes perfectly with like every other like rap song.
but at least the only thing I respect about the old rap was it was more about their problems in life than it was about the stuff that they have.
Yeah, true. At least back then they weren't flexing about how many bitches they fucked or the size of their ass or how much money they have. At least rap had actual meaning back then.
Although I would say it became like sort of lyrical wise what it is now in like '94, because I can recall in a Biggie Smalls song, what's it called? I remember the instrumental. Let me see if I can find the name of the song, but like he's pretty much talking about luxury stuff like that and flexing on everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much anyone can agree that Tupac, Eminem, and Jamal were good.
I've never liked Eminem's music. It just always just sounded like you handed the nerd the mic.
I listen to Machine Gun Kelly. I listen to Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly recently did a cover of a metal song, but I still don't like him.
Hey guys, my favorite rapper. Hey guys, my favorite rapper. My favorite rapper is Juice World 999. I rest in peace to XXX and Dacian, man.
That's like, I swear, every freaking teenager but us.
I mean, yeah, true. Yeah, most teens listen to rap.
I'm very glad I found you guys because you're different, but in a good way.
Yeah, I'm glad we all have each other. We're not normies.
Yeah.
We're not kids. I listen to Matty B raps because he talks about how his life is so bad, even though he has a $5 million mansion.
Hey guys, Juice WRLD's music is so deep and it inspires me on so many levels. Even though he's rich and fat, his music is so depressing and he's so deep. I look up to him, man. I'm so upset about his death. I really hope I don't end up doing drugs or having seizures at an airport. I hope I don't
alcohol.
I hope I don't experience a Juice WRLD when I go to the internet.
And smoking weed is so cool. Oh my god, weed gives me health benefits. Shut up, people. It's good for me.
Oh my god. I hope I don't experience a Juice WRLD at the airport.
All the cool kids are choking on cigarettes.
All the cool kids are shoving dildos up their ass while smoking meth. I think if I should join in.
Sounds like a plan.
All the cool kids are bringing lube this class.
All the cool kids are bringing Lil Uzi Vert albums, man. It's so good. I can't wait to listen.
Gosh, the best lifestyle ever is getting high and listening to music to the point that you're brain dead.
Oh my god, I want to get high and listen to rap music with my boyfriend.
And then we become totally brain dead and our parents freaking euthanize us. Though there was like a news report, I can't remember if I don't know if it was legit or not. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it was like there was like this girl who was like really addicted to like Facebook and like she became like completely brain dead, and then her parents like set up plans to euthanize her.
Like youth group and like church?
What?
You mean like youth group in church?
No, euthanize, as in like.
Wait, Garrett, out of curiosity, are you Christian?
I guess yes and no, because I mean, my mom's forced me to go to church, but I've never like.
Do you believe in the religion or no?
I mean, I believe in God, but I don't.
Oh.
Cause my mom, she doesn't like the jokes that I make. You know, if I make a joke about like I was in the car one time and it was Halloween, and she goes, "Hey, you know what? You should dress up as Syndrome from The Incredibles." Because I rather dress up as Down syndrome. And she got so
I want to dress up as Hitler for Halloween.
and she slaps me and she goes, "No, I don't like that type of talk."
Dude, I don't know why, but my mom gets offended over everything I say. Like, remember when we were on that call, Joseph?
Yeah.
I'm kind of sorry about that. My mom gets really sensitive over things.
Why did you not have your headphones on?
I didn't put my headphones on. I didn't want to.
Yeah, but it's like, why were you sitting next to your mom with your volume all the way with no headphones on?
I wasn't sitting next to her. She was cleaning up the kitchen. Do you remember what she said?
She's like, this is not the time for racist jokes. And I'm like, what's so racist about saying fat Hispanic maid? I mean, you're not saying that that whites are superior to fat Hispanic maids. Now that's racist, but just saying fat Hispanic maid.
Can you imagine if I said the N-word on this podcast?
Well, yeah, you get us canceled by like everyone.
Yeah, I don't think this podcast is gonna go viral though.
CNN would all be
just
all
don't
over
say it.
us.
It's not.
Yeah,
People
CNN
don't like
would be
hearing
all
it,
over.
just don't say it. I mean, if people
I'm not
like
gonna
hearing
say
it,
it.
don't say it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it, but I was thinking of it in my head and I was about to say the N-word, but then I remembered we were live, so I couldn't say it.
Yeah, I mean, people don't like hearing it, don't say it.
I mean, I just was able to say it a couple years back.
I mean, it's not like the word brings any positivity. There's really no point in it.
Liberals have just butchered it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. People give that word power. You can only give a word power.
The word supremacy.
Despite the fact that black supremacy is really just as much of a problem as white supremacy, but
Pretty much, yeah. We're not gonna get too in depth into that stuff here. I mean, this podcast is supposed to be fun, but I mean,
yeah, I can see why though, with all this like Black Lives Matter shit going around.
I will say, wait, before Chaz got taken down by the police, the quote unquote police they had for Chop with all these like people with they had like M4s and stuff. There was this meme where they had a picture of them with this black supremacy group back then in the 70s when they were protesting about black people being what do you call it? Black people being in the Vietnam War, and they had like, I guess they had like carbines, and they look exactly similar.
You know what's funny though? I was like watching the news, and then literally they're like, "Oh my gosh!" So basically, someone like left in a bush near the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, and they left a Century Arms Visco, which is an American-made AK rifle, and extra magazines that were loaded in like a bush. And then like all the news like, "Oh my gosh, they found a loaded AK-47 with magazines in the bush," and I'm just like. And then I'm just like chilling with my dad, and I'm explaining to him how like the majority of AKs you see aren't AK-47s, and how they're either AKMs or AK-74s, and he's just like, yeah, but most of these people don't know. I'm like, true, but they should know. They're journalists.
Yeah.
Journalism has lost all meaning, though. It's embarrassing to be a journalist nowadays.
Or like paparazzi.
It's kind of funny though, because the Visc is known for being a piece of garbage.
Oh my god, I'm a biscuit.
Give grandma a little kissy on
Century
the lips.
Arms is now starting to act like the Wasser 10 rifle, which is a Romanian AK. The import is like a piece of gold, and they're like price hiking it, and it's like doubled in price over the last 5 years. And they trick idiots who don't know anything about firearms into thinking that Viscas are freaking Wassers. Century Arms, the Florida-based importer and manufacturer that's only good at importing and can't manufacture for crap. I've come across some good memes today, especially from that one Facebook group where they pretend it's the 2007 and 2012 internet.
I'm very surprised, like, back then when YouTube, because the videos they were much smaller and the video quality wasn't that good, and seeing how like on YouTube now there's a bar on the left side, top left, and they got home, trending, subscriptions, library, history, your videos.
All the kids gangster when they post themselves smoking and drinking until their parents find out.
Yeah, I love it when that happens. When a special who got posted. Joseph, you know who I'm talking about, right? Punk rocker, purple hair.
Yeah, I know exactly. My dad found my empty cigarette boxes.
Didn't like a drug bust happen near Ishan's house? Or wait.
I have no clue.
He was talking about the old abandoned house that was in front of his, and apparently like two
Yeah,
cops.
we're not gonna get into details of that event because we're gonna be explaining other people on here. But yeah.
Okay. Just saying that was cool. That's what the cool kids do.
Cool kids like I'm gonna smoke weed and listen to Juice WRLD and
Punk rock.
Oh my god.
We're gonna
Juice WRLD
listen to
speaks
some
my emotions.
guys. We're gonna listen to some Juice WRLD and some punk rock.
Yeah,
I usually think rap nowadays is like, I work at Burger King now. You want ketchup with that now? I got big pee now. Smoke on the weed, yeah.
Sounds like a Japanese guy trying to rap in English.
I am Cowboy Takanakashi.
Oh, hello! Today I am going to rap in English. Hello! My name Takahashi-san. McDonald's Ichiban desu.
Esteban on the mic.
あなたの意見はとても小さいです。
Oh, I don't
said to
think.
Namono protect my balls.
Boogaloo.
I'm gonna propose to my girlfriend at the borderline of the Korean DMZ.
You wanna know what Anata no Inki?
I'm gonna propose to my girlfriend tomorrow.
Hey, you guys know what Anata no Inke wa totemo chisai desu means?
Does it mean the N-word?
No, it means your dick's small in Japanese.
Oh, I thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
That's what my karate teacher said.
Imagine getting cucked.
You cucklord.
Being Onisia. It should be a national holiday to bully Onision.
It should be a national holiday to bully everyone.
I think I like how Leafy calls Onision Onion Boy.
Onion Man,
It's like when I was
Onion Boy.
watching Morges, who's like an Icelandic YouTuber, and she's like, well, she subscribed to Onision's Patreon. No, his OnlyFans for a video.
Oh, ew, I've seen Onision's
And then
OnlyFans.
she's like, Mr. Onion Man decided to make OnlyFans, so today we're going to go and check it out. And she like tapes FBI to like her hat, like is scrolling through it. And it's like, what is this? It's funny because people think her name is Morgs, like the other guy Morgs, but it's really
Oh,
pronounced.
not that guy, not that guy.
It's really
I hate
pronounced
that guy.
Merges.
Hello, guys, I'm Morgs.
Yes, I don't even speak Icelandic, but I kind of know how to pronounce it. I know like a few Icelandic words. I know that I want to go to Dunkin' Donuts in Icelandic is Eggfield Verkileg at Dunkin' Donuts.
Today, guys, we're gonna be making a big cardboard house, and we're gonna be floating it in the pool.
We found it in the core. Hello, guys, I'm Morgs, and today I'm gonna be showing you how to suck a cock.
Alright, guys, so basically there's this show that I found, I forget what it's called, but it was filmed like from like 2002 to 2006, where basically they take like these like, they take like British college men, and they would like take them to like a British boot camp that was like styled with like how they were in like the 50s, and then they had like real drill sergeants like screaming at them and like roasting them the whole like show, and it's like so funny. That's where I learned that term, poof, which means you're gay. And it's like the drill sergeant's like, are you a poof? Are you a poof, mate? I think you're a poof.
Kind of reminds me of the Full Metal Jacket with Arlie Ernie.
Yeah.
Are you a Peter Puffer?
And every time they would laugh,
Oh, remember Full Metal Jacket?
I love that movie. $5 saki.
What's your name, Private Fat Body? Sir, Private. Well, sir.
Private Pile, though.
Remember the last episode when my brother screamed "fuck" at the top of his lungs, and we all heard it?
Let's keep talking about Full Metal Jacket. I love that movie.
That movie, I remember watching that with my brother. The guy screams "fuck," and then the guy says the N-word in that movie. It's so funny. Imagine if all these K-pop faggots watched that movie.
No, I like the scene where he's like, meet my friend, and has like a dead Vietnamese soldier.
Hey, you want to take a picture? Take a picture of this.
That sounds like some Logan Paul shit, man.
Yeah. I like the part where Joker gets his camera stolen by the guys on the motorcycle. Kind of curious though, what was the gun that quote-unquote sniper was using at the end, so I'm gonna look it up. She was like using like an AK variant, and they're like, sniper!
I like at the end when they were like going. I think after they left the city, they were like rolling in packs, and they were singing, MICKEY MOUSE, Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse. Good for you, good for you, good for me, good for me.
Well, the Internet Movie Firearm Database doesn't even have an actual list set up for the freaking guns used in, AC Full Metal Jacket.
Kill yourself.
There's literally a website called the Internet Movie Firearm Database, and these guys literally take their time analyzing every firearm used in every movie and adding it to a list, so it's really interesting to look at. Alright, there, I found the list. Didn't show up on Google. M14, obviously, that was the training scene. Colt and M6 chains were definitely used that movie. We saw them all throughout the movie. LOL, well, the quote-unquote sniper was using a frickin' Czech VZ58, which is like a crude, blocky-looking version of the AK that's like super unreliable. It's so funny. They're just nasty looking.
I thought that was the SVD.
You literally look up the Czech VZ58 right now. It is disgusting looking. Ew, I hate that gun.
What's it called again?
Czech VZ58 by, yeah. LOL, they used a Daisy Red Ryder carbine in the film.
Oh god, that is disgusting. What's up, guys? Morgs here, and today we're going to be traveling all the way to Poland, to the Auschwitz campsite, where we're going to be playing some Twister. And the last person to lose has to pay me $1 million.
I did not know the Vietnamese used the VZ58 sometimes. That makes no sense. Those things are pieces of crap, though. They're ugly looking. They use like this wood on them that's called beaver barf, and it's just as bad as it sounds.
Beaver barf?
Yeah. You want some beaver barf?
Sounds like stuff you would put like under your ball sack.
I swear that every time I check my sister's Instagram, she's always like, oh, I'm at this fancy restaurant with my friends or on a boat or something. It's like, wow, I'm sitting in my basement.
Yo, is she the e-girl, bro?
Bend over, I'm giving you 10 across the ass.
I thought she was living in Texas.
She lives in Cali now, in like San Fran.
California.
Rip.
The state I'd never move to, honestly.
Yeah,
See, I never moved to New York. I never moved to, never moved to Illinois. I'd, probably never moved to Rhode Island. Probably never moved to Vermont. Probably never moved to Pennsylvania.
You never.
yeah. I think I'm gonna stick with you there. I'm gonna stick it up. I think I'm gonna stick it either Tampa or Germany.
Why Germany? They don't even have freedom of speech there.
I don't know. I've got some friends in Germany, and
honestly, I'm just gonna probably just move to Virginia eventually. Maybe either that, North Carolina, or who knows, maybe even Tampa.
yeah, Tampa's rad.
Tet offensive. It's like the Viet Cong and like the Vietnam War were like so, and like the North Vietnamese were like so desperate to win that when like the Tet Offensive, like it was like supposed to be like the Tet Lunar New Year thing, but then they're like, oh, the Allies think we're gonna be peaceful, let's go and attack because we're so desperate to win, and then they just go and like full out attack and they kill a bunch of civilians and crap.
Yeah, I think they, well, besides like World War I and World War II, I don't think they did they have suicide bombers? Because I feel like they.
Well, I think Japan.
I mean, they had like toe poppers and.
Japanese soldiers were so suicidal. If you captured them, they would literally just like pull out a bayonet and like cut their throats and like stab themselves because it was.
Yeah, what is it with Japanese people like killing themselves?
It was seen as a disgrace to get captured, so they would always make sure that they died, and it was like seen as like the best thing you could do for your country.
I think is kind of emo.
Japanese people still kill themselves to this day. I don't know why Japanese people kill themselves so much. They kill themselves so much nowadays, and they have a suicide force where people kill themselves in Japan. It's like they have a fetish for murdering themselves.
It literally goes back to just old traditions, which is honestly a terrible culture to have, honestly. It's like everything else about Japanese culture is like decent, but like that's just the one part of their culture that's just like that's where they need to improve on.
I mean, I can't rip on them because I'm Middle Eastern and my culture's got some shit to improve on too. So I mean, I can't rip on them for
Every
that.
culture can improve on something. It's like how Americans can improve on stop being so greedy about saying that this country is so crappy when they haven't been to freaking third world countries.
Yeah, they say they only think America has the bad the only the bad past. When Germany started both world wars, uh, freaking I think not Mexico, but other countries have had past that.
Yeah, I
Very
mean,
appreciated of.
It's like China's like such a terrible country to live in, and like I've seen like videos of people like talking about like getting in trouble with the Chinese government's like scary as hell, and how they've like lost friends who got like captured by the government for doing something the government didn't like.
Yeah. I remember I think in World War II when China and Japan were fighting, the Japanese legit had men with dynamite on it, and they in instead of like creating tanks, when the Chinese had tanks like coming up to their position, they would have trucks full of gasoline, like gasoline barrels, and they would just suicide bomb into the tanks. I mean, how?
Yeah.
Just imagine that you're driving with a bunch of gasoline,
Yeah.
and that's how you're gonna go out.
It's like the Japanese were suicidal and then the Germans were campers.
Yeah, they were the aggressors.
The Germans literally they just were like, oh, let's stand back with a bunch of heavy artillery, have a bunch of MG guys, and let's just spray the crap out of them and just bomb the crap out of them. And then they tried it with D-Day. Americans just slipped through, and they were just like, nope. It was like the German war strategy was aggressive, but like it worked against like the European countries, but the Americans were just like, nope. I find it funny though how Americans were always been good at defeating really powerful countries with their like genius strategies, but then when it came to the Vietnam War, they got defeated by the strategy that they used against England in the Revolutionary War.
That doesn't make
ironic.
that doesn't make any sense. The U.S. had South Vietnam as an ally. They had, and they also had Australia. I think they had some commandos come in, and
The problem with the Vietnam War, though, even that we could have easily won that war, it's just the problem is just like the at home, it was just causing too much controversy, and then they were just forced to withdraw, which was pretty much just a waste of being there in the first place, which was pretty dumb. But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, they really should have seen what happened in the country after the Vietnam War when like Vietnamese were getting like thrown into camps and stuff like that.
did the Soviets? I know they supplied the Vietnamese with like AK-47s.
Oh yeah,
Did they
Soviets
also
and China both supplied them. Even the Czechs did too, which I just found out today.
did they and they also give them like the SKS?
Yeah, there's plenty of images of Vietnamese guys running around with SKSs, even though they were kind of obsolete by then. But I mean, they worked. I mean, they would use anything they could get their hands on, kind of like how modern insurgents in like the Middle East. I mean, I've some of them are running around with Martini Henrys from like the 1870s. It's that bad. Or it's like how Filipino rebels in like the early 1900s were running around with muzzle loaders because they were just that desperate for arms.
They also ran around with like stick grenades. that the Germans used.
It's like the Vietnamese even try to make their own guns, and like there's examples of them out there, and they're so crudely made. It's funny. You should literally look at them. They like try to copy like the American 1911, and they did like such a terrible job at it. It's funny though, because the 1911 is still like super popular civilians, and even Turkey manufactures them.
I don't like in the Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I don't like the suppressors they have on it because they just look like
Nerfs your aim down sight speed. Okay, that's the one problem I have with the new game. Is like everything nerfs your freaking aim down sight speed.
they don't look like suppressors. They look like big black dildos.
The oil can suppressors though. Some people are like, is that actually a thing? I'm like, yeah, it is. I mean, you have to pay a $200 tax stamp if you want on your gun for the adapter, and then after that you screw it on because the ATF's like money, money, money.
Yeah.
It's like you break into any normal person's home, they whip out the frickin' AR, the AK, you break into the frickin' liberal's home, and they just pull out the frickin' dildo cannon. We can settle this with peace, not violence. Yo,
ISIS members are just understood. It's all about peace and love.
One of the biggest problems of the Vietnam War is at first they were like drafting people who were like physically fit and stuff, and then they claimed that, and then like a bunch of progressive liberals claimed that they weren't being fair. So then they started drafting people based on birthdays, and they were drafting like nerds who were like completely incapable of fighting, but they still ended up in the war, and they would get shot because like they just did not have the right mindset for war. I mean, which is pretty sad because not everyone's capable of fighting in war. I mean, some people just don't have the right mindset, and then, I mean, yeah, that's why they really should have really made sure they were drafting people who were completely capable of it, not just a bunch of random nerds. And yeah, some people they did draft for random turn out to be great soldiers, but I mean, yeah, that war was a mess. I mean, Congress never even declared the Vietnam War. It was literally an executive order.
Yeah. I was watching a documentary on like when the embassy in Saigon got taken over.
Yeah. It's just like when the Russians were like, ha ha ha, Americans keep fighting in Vietnam War, and then they end up in Afghanistan, they're like, shit.
Yeah.
I hate how liberals like say,
Okay, when U.S. invade other countries, we're not there to help them. We're just taking their supplies.
I mean, sometimes that has happened though, which I'm not gonna blame them that, but like sometimes, I mean, there's multiple reasons why, but like, yeah, we've definitely had leaders in the past who were just like, we're gonna go and take supplies.
and they say,
And the countries didn't ask for us, for the U.S. to come, and I'm like,
Well, yeah, they clearly didn't ask for that, but I mean, it happened.
I mean, they clearly did because they drove 2 planes in Twin Towers, and the Al Qaeda basically.
One of the biggest problems with that though
come
is
at
how
us.
we basically kind of trusted them first, because eventually, if they were their allies, I mean, Tanner literally dug up an old article about how the U.S. praised Osama bin Laden like decades ago before the 9/11 terror attacks.
Yeah, the one where they call him the freedom fighter against communism.
freedom fighter.
Yeah, and then he's just like, thank you so much, Americans, for in a war I'm gonna drive the planes into some of your nation's most prized buildings.
The irony.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like we probably praised Saddam Hussein at one point.
We did.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely Russia's fault why the U.S. is still in the Middle East.
Yeah. Maybe the U.S. shouldn't even have gotten involved in the first place, though.
I mean, at the same time, though, I mean, we had no clue the Soviet Union was gonna fall in like 1991. So I mean, it was a good thing we at least sort of helped the Afghans from preventing the Soviets from conquering more territory. Because I mean, we didn't know that the Soviet Union was gonna fall. It's just the things. I mean, at the time, it seemed like a good decision. I mean, who knows? Maybe it might have not fallen if they captured Afghanistan. We don't know. But the problem with the Soviets was they were trying to conquer the world, and like America was at least trying to prevent the Soviets from literally capturing every freaking territory possible. I mean,
Yeah, they were just frankly trying to contain it.
I mean, let's think about it. They were capturing territories in Asia. They were capturing territories in Europe, some in South America. Probably wouldn't even spread to Africa eventually. I mean, it was
The closest they gone to the U.S. has probably been Cuba.
yeah, which was originally United States territory, which was like the part that made it a bit scary. Cuba's always been a mess. I mean, think about it. I mean, late 1890s, it was owned by Spain. Then America owned it after the Spanish-American War, and then after that, the Soviets took over it. Although Cuba was basically an independent nation aided by the Soviets, but I mean, eventually, but now it's pretty much just its independent nation.
I think back in like 2010, when I think Russia, they always host this V-Day parade, Victory Day.
Yeah.
And I think they would ask like other countries like the UK, the US, and France to say, hey, can you guys bring your soldiers over and we can like do a parade march? And I think they stopped doing that because after all the negotiations against the US and Russia.
Another problem with like the Soviet Union was eventually China and Russia became enemies. So basically, some of the communist countries were on Russia's side, and some of them were on China's side. So like, I think Albania was like on China's side, while like yeah, pretty much a lot of the other ones. Romania was like sort of like against both of them, but then like Yugoslavia was like on Russia's side and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was like Romania was communist, but then eventually they just like were against both Russia and China. It's like Romania's like, we're against you, Russia, and then Russia's like, fine, we're just not going to give you production rights to the SVD, and then Romania's like, fine, we invented the PSL anyways.
I have a question.
What?
If you were having dinner, who would you want to be sitting with you? Three people you would want to talk to while having dinner.
You, Tanner, and I don't know.
Marshall?
Maybe. I mean,
Chris?
maybe my friend Ryan.
Why not Chris? Cake Boy.
What about
Sure.
celebrities?
Celebrities, Keanu Reeves, Tucker Carlson, and
Michael Jackson.
he's dead though. Either Trey
Juice
Parker
WRLD.
or Matt Stone.
If I could have a dinner with celebrities, I think I would have a dinner with Keanu Reeves, Ewan McGregor,
Yeah, it'd be a good choice.
Yeah.
and Bobby Lee.
I don't even know who Bobby Lee is.
Did anyone hear that
What?
in the background?
I didn't hear it.
Is Omir.
Yeah.
Who would you invite to dinner, Garrett?
Of course, Keanu Reeves. Probably Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, I'll see. No, but you can barely understand what the guy says. He's like, "Oh mate, would you like some chips, please? Oh, give me some chips."
No, it's funny when Ozzy Osbourne in the song Bark at the Moon, he's like, Bark at the Moon. Yeah!
Back at the moon.
He said he wanted to be an interpreter for Joe Biden in upcoming debates, and it's just like, nobody can understand you.
Wait, he's a supporter of Joe Biden?
Yeah.
No, don't tell me Ozzy supports Joe.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, no. Ozzy, why would you do that, man? No.
I find it
I
ironic how in the Democratic Party they claim they're all against racism, and yet their presidential candidate is actually truly a racist. I mean, like, actually has stuff, like, evidence against him, like, actually hanging out with Robert Byrd and stuff like that. And literally even video of, like, passing a bill to the crime bill to hurt the African American community. But, I mean, again, I'm not trying to get too in depth into politics here. It's just supposed to be a fun podcast, but I mean, yeah.
It's all about silly fun and games.
It's all about silly fun and games.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't want anyone in power who's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna ban the AK and we're gonna limit mag capacity to 10 rounds, and we're basically gonna make it so so you can't defend yourself at home, and if the government decides to throw its own citizens into camps, you can't fight back." Yeah, I'm like, if you're gonna be like that, I don't want to vote for you. I don't care who you are, what political party you're a part of. You're not getting my vote if that's what you believe in. Honestly, though, when it comes to the presidential election, people who I'd say rank candidates in order of who I'd like versus the least, I would say I would Trump first, then I would say the Libertarian Party, Joe Jorgensen or whatever her name is, then Kanye, and then Biden.
I'm surprised that Hillary Clinton says her mentor is Robert Byrd.
Yeah, your mentor's a freaking KKK member.
Oh, come on, have yourself a nice coat, ass too. I'm trying to think of like a stupid question to ask. Have you heard of this card game, Cards Against Humanity?
No.
Really funny game.
Honestly, though, if Trump gets reelected, he better actually do something for the Second Amendment.
He already has. He says he will.
He said
right
stuff
to
about
bear
it, but
arms.
like he hasn't repealed anything, like the '89 import ban, which was an executive order. I mean, if that thing gets repealed, we can literally get like AKs and stuff in the U.S. without him having like certain U.S. made parts. None other than Republican President George H.W. Bush passed that law.
What are your takes on people destroying the monuments? Is that political?
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, it's somewhat political. It's like, if I'm gonna be honest, it's like I'm not gonna defend the whole Southern heritage thing. I mean, that's a mixed argument. But what I'm gonna say though is the problem is we can't just destroy history. I mean, if we forget history, it's gonna repeat itself. It's good to keep those monuments to remind ourselves of what could happen and the problems we've had in the past to help defend our future. I don't care who the person was and what they did. It's just we can't forget history. It's that important.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm not defending the whole that's my Southern heritage thing. It's just like, yeah, that might be a valid argument, but overall, we shouldn't forget history. We shouldn't destroy history. I mean, that's what communists do. That's what they did when Lenin and Stalin took over Russia. They destroyed monuments and stuff like that. I mean, we can't forget history like that. I mean,
I think Apple Store, they when they were selling apps, there was a Civil War game. They banned it because of the Confederate flag in the game, because it was
yeah.
very.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, the Confederate flag's a symbol. I mean, do I think it's racist? No, but like, if I mean, I'm not gonna debate the whole thing about the keeping the Confederate flag and stuff like that. That's a mixed argument. I mean, a flag's just a flag. I mean, calling the Confederate flag racist is like calling the Brazilian flag racist for them having slave labor. Because Brazil had slaves until like 1900. I feel like Brazil, though, I mean, some of their history is just like so similar to us, and like, yeah, like Brazil's like just full of just like interesting stuff. Like, for example, Brazil is a recent example of socialism failing.
Oh God. I was just scrolling and I just saw a video of some black guy just absolutely trucking Donald Trump in an interview.
It was funny on the news tonight. Tucker Carlson was interviewing Donald Trump on the phone, and like it was pretty funny. It's like, don't get me wrong. It's like Donald Trump's probably not the. I mean, is probably not like the greatest person in the world, and like is probably isn't like the most amazing president ever. But compared to Biden, it just and compared to like other presidents like the past 50 years, like he's pretty much a god compared to them.
Yeah.
I truly believe that the last good president before Trump was John F. Kennedy.
I'm pretty sure he ended like the Cold War, because when they had like
Kennedy
American.
didn't end the Cold War. I mean, George H.W. Bush did, but I mean, I don't like things that Bush did.
I mean, right before, like, I think there was a confrontation where like American tanks and Soviet tanks were like on other sides of like the Berlin Wall, and they were just like ready to strike each other. But I think at the time, who was the Soviet president during the 50s?
50s. I can't pinpoint it exactly. I know like between like the late 50s up to 1964, that was like the Nikita Khrushchev era. But yeah, I mean, there's been like there was like I think there was like one or two before Khrushchev, and then there were like two or three before Gorbachev.
So the Nikita Khrushchev, I think, him and
Yeah.
President Kennedy, they had like
Khrushchev
was like
in
calling
power when Kennedy was in power.
he was calling him from the White House. He's like, "Hey, I'll tell you what, you move your tanks back up, and you do the same thing," and they like slowly inched back and forth.
So dumb though. Whenever like any politicians like, I'm all for the Second Amendment, but I believe that we should have reasonable gun control.
If we're just gonna discuss politics, should we just end the podcast? I don't think people are here for a political show.
I'm just kind of giving an insight of like a perspective, just like, I mean, I'm kind of criticizing like both sides, but I mean, honestly, yeah, I mean, we can talk about something else. I'm completely cool with that because, I mean, I don't really.
You think it's time to end the podcast, or we should keep going up for
Let's
now?
go for another 10 or 20 minutes. Let's just talk
Yeah,
about
all
something
right.
else. Yeah, I'll give you all a break from political stuff. I mean,
Oh, there we go. Finally.
I don't know, we kind of just always end up with political stuff. It just always happens. But I mean, so basically, I'm going to let's talk about the early 2010s. Why not? That's a good way to end this off.
Yeah, I miss the early 2010s, man.
Yeah.
When humanity was still.
When people could take jokes. Too bad Shane Dawson is getting canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not talk about any more controversies or anything like that. I mean, let's end it off on the positive.
I think the thing I loved about the 2010s is that people, I think, were the most. They could take jokes. They weren't there weren't any things such as liberals or feminists or TikTok users.
Oh, TikTok.
Making
Can we kill
cringe.
TikTok?
Yeah, let's not talk about TikTok because that has nothing to do with the early 2010s.
I'm just saying it was better. The 2010s were better than now what we have now.
Well, I mean, definitely. I mean, it was a good era. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it was a fun time. I mean, let's see what about the early 2010s was so good. I mean, like YouTube, good content. It was about creators then, not about corporations. It really, even though actually what kind of started becoming corporations because Fine Bros and was the thing, and Smosh sold their channel, that company. But I mean, it wasn't like entirely corporation yet. There was still like the individual creativity to it. I mean, you could still make a channel then and do like little to no editing, and it would still blow up.
Do you watch that TV show, The World's Wildest Police Chases?
I don't know, but basically, there was another good thing. I don't know. The early 2010s, just a lot of stuff just felt new then. I mean, iPhones were kind of, I mean, like other kind of smartphones were like all brand new, and it was just a completely new era. It was like the beginning of a new decade, and yet like we got like all this new technology. It was just an interesting time period. I mean, we had some interesting songs, like Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier, which, yeah, I mean, that was a very unique song when it came out, and it just was a good era. I mean, honestly, back when Lego Ninjago was new. So, yeah, you literally had to be like our exact age to be in like that demographic who grew up with Ninjago.
Yeah, I remember watching that show.
I remember the Lego sets and everything. The show's still running. Jump back, kick, whip around and spin, and show we'll do it again. Ninjago, Ninja, come on, do the weekend whip.
Did you just fart because you let it rip?
What was that?
It's my laugh.
Oh my gosh. You guys want to make fart jokes?
Yeah. Guys want to watch YTP Barney and the Ball Machine?
You guys want to watch false porn?
You guys want to eat SpongeBob popsicles and have a bodacious time? You guys want to get some Five Guys, bro?
Let's go to Arby's.
Tarjay.
Do you want to play Finish My Sentence?
I like how every time I'm like, let's be positive, we run out of stuff to say.
Yeah, because this entire show is built on negativity.
Yeah, let's play Finish My Sentence. Actually, nah, that's kind of boring.
We in our personal lives, we spend half of it talking shit about people. Asking us to be positive is like asking a fart not to stink.
I don't think it's that bad, but I mean,
You shouldn't play because it's either gonna end in with like grandma and anal beads or.
Grandma makes you hot cocoa. Well, what's the video called?
Oh yeah. So Tanner, we were at school one time, and I was like hanging out with like a group of guys, and we were like looking through each other's phones, and this teacher walks up, and he goes, "What are you guys doing?" And one of my friends, Dorian, he takes his phone. He goes, "So my friend here, he's looking at Grandma makes hot cup of cocoa, www Grandma Dungeon."
Grandma makes hot cup of
Oh,
cocoa.
hello, sweetie. You want a hot cocoa? Will I give you a hand job?
It's very cold outside.
It's nice and toasty in here. Why don't you take off your wool knit sweater?
You want to make cookies with Grandma?
Oh, yes. Sonny will make cookies.
Would you click on grandmasdungeon.com?
Not gonna lie though, this podcast has been jammed with so many different subjects.
Yeah, how long have we even been
I don't
streaming?
know. I mean, come on. We've talked about gaming. We've talked about politics. We've talked about funky things. We've talked about making fun of kids and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, we've. How many personalities do we have?
God knows. I mean, we can still like react to Fred or love Simon.
Yeah, we gotta do a Netflix party, Love Simon. Or the Fred movies, one of those.
Hey, congrats to the viewers who are
Still sticking with us.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys. Or girl.
It
I don't
says
know.
there's one person watching. Yeah, kudos to you who's still watching. I mean, I can't believe we've entertained you for this long.
Imagine if it's Marshall just watching us spectating.
Whoa.
I'm surprised you couldn't get that chat up and running.
YouTube disabled my chat on this channel. I don't know why they did. You guys want to tickle each other and take a bath in honey mustard?
Yeah!
You should do your impression of the Korean kid and the whole thing you do on CSGO.
Oh yeah. I don't think I based this character on anything because usually the characters just come to my head. But hey guys, it's Timmy. I like the taco lunchables. I like the taco lunchables. I just love, but I don't like the salsa because it tastes like somebody dipped their ball sacks in it, and it's just very bad. 유자, 제발 이거, 야 이거지. What? No, I'm talking about Lunchables. 유자. No, don't, not the belt. No! Not the belt. Oh, oh, I'm mentally disabled.
I tried not to laugh just to not ruin it for the viewers.
Definitely my neighbors heard me.
Hey Siri, can you translate English into Korean? Can you Can you translate English into Korean?
My apologies. I couldn't hear what you said.
Can you translate English into Korean?
Sorry, I'm having...
Oh my god, Siri's useless. There we go, Korean,
Siri, can you order my new body pillow for my anime collection?
Oh, I gotta turn up my volume.
팀이 당신은 나쁜 소년이었고 난 당신을 이길 거야.
Tanner, have you ever met a person
Timmy,
who's
you've
owned a
been
body
bad
pillow?
boy, and I am going to beat you.
Wait, where's the one with like it was longer, but just make up a random sentence, but make it long.
I currently am stuck fucking my mother. I couldn't get a girlfriend, so I had to resort to raping my mom. Please translate that in
Latin likes to fuck small children and make love to his Glock 18 and AKM.
What do you think?
I had that one pre-saved.
Bend your ass over while I spank you and insert my penis into your anus.
I'm so immature.
그래서 엉덩이를 구부리고 내 성기를 항문에 삽입하십시오.
Korean viewers can figure that one out.
Hello, it is gay to look at men. Ah yes, good son. Show me how you work that ass on the dance floor.
Ah evet iyi evlat dans pistinde o kıçını nasıl çalıştığını göster.
Make it say, me wants love from dinner roll filled with Trojan coconut, watching Paw Patrol fills pants with bars of soap in my pants. Yum,
Wait,
yum, yum,
yo,
yum.
slow that down. Me wants love from dinner roll.
Filled with Trojan coconut
Oil. Next.
watching Paw Patrol.
Me wants love from dinner roll filled with Trojan coconut oil watching Paw Patrol fills pants with bars of soap and
That's Turkish.
It's a Turkish accent.
Oh man.
Me wants love from dinner roll filled with Trojan coconut oil watching Paw Patrol fills pants with bars of soap and yum.
Me and Garrett actually wrote that on the back of Garrett's art project in 8th grade.
do you remember the kid's face on the back of it?
And we like plastered this like kid's face that we found in a magazine onto the back of it. It was beautiful. And then I made my art project Hong Kong 97 themed.
Yeah, you got that. Honestly, the art class was the most dankest.
Guys, I am going to get a sex reassignment surgery, and then after that, I'm going to get a bowl cut, and I'm going to dye it purple, and then I'm going to get
Forced gender reassignment.
what?
Forced gender reassignment.
What'd you say?
Forced gender reassignment.
Forced gender reassignment.
Reassignment. Forced gender reassignment.
Chakasan lan Allah halayak ma'alum.
Çok güzel ben Allah Allah yakma oğlum. Evet ben eşcinsel çok güzel.
That was
I
That was
dare to say
very
that to your
rude.
dad.
Ah çok güzel lan.
To me, I forgot the Korean thing said.
that was very racist. You probably own an Aunt Jemima syrup bottle.
What if I do?
No, I actually own a banana. I actually own a watermelon at my house.
What?
Doesn't every American own Aunt Jemima something?
It's good.
Yeah, they should change Quaker Oats to Shaquille Oatmeal. Shaquille Oatmeal sounds like some good stuff.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Diabetes at it again. About to hit some bars.
Can you imagine if Ice-T had a drink named after him?
Iced tea, iced tea.
Oh wait, I'm an idiot. Never mind. Did I really just say that? Fuck. Oh, I feel like a dumbass now.
Could you imagine if Ice Cube had a scientific compound named after him?
Imagine if Ice-T and Ice Cube did a duo together.
Scientists liked Ice Cube so much that they decided to name frozen water after him. I know.
I wonder what
Sucks.
scientists would think about fart porn.
It is very scientific. You see, the human body reacts to it in such ways that it releases endorphins and then the there's some crap like that.
It releases a lot of dopamine when farting.
I wonder, like, whenever you fart, does your asshole feel good when you fart? Like, does it?
What kind of question is that?
I don't know, because when you fart, there's like a,
Well,
I don't know.
Feeling of pleasure.
Yeah, you know what I mean,
Something up it.
like a rupture, you know, like you like
It does.
when a fart's
doesn't it feel
coming out.
like when you have to put something up it?
Yeah, like when you fart, like it feels like there's some kind of well stuck up there, just about as it's going to come out.
And then it comes
Cleaning
out,
your
it feels
pipe.
good, but then you want something up there.
No, that's only if you're gay.
But then you want something up there if you're straight.
A dildo.
If you're a girl, maybe, but
I mean, at the end of the day, anything's a dildo if you're brave enough. Even a fart could be considered a dildo.
Even a prostate exam can be considered one.
you're brave if you put a screwdriver up it.
You're brave if you use a stick as a dildo and put it up someone's ass.
I'm gonna use a wooden paddle.
What do you think the strangest place that a person could have sex?
Chuck E. Cheese's ball pit.
I was not prepared for that.
Mommy, they're fighting and having love with each other in the ball pit.
No, Chuck E. Cheese is joining in.
Mommy, why are they fighting in the ball pit?
I remember a friend told me that when he was at Chuck E. Cheese, he was at a friend's birthday party.
Yeah.
When he was in the ball pit, he felt something wet. He looked up and there was like some cream on it. He goes, ew!
I don't know. Boil your hands in boiling water.
I was like, dude, you're gonna have to get like some disinfecting wipes.
Dude, you're gonna have to wash your hands. You're gonna have for like 10 hours.
He said it stuck to his finger. I was like, dude, you gotta cut your finger off. That's probably gonna spread.
You gotta get a finger transplant. Dude, I'm surprised it's 2020 and we still can't recreate body parts.
Yeah.
Dude, we should have been able to do that in like 1800.
Skynet.
Funny how it's been like 50 years and yet firearm manufacturers still can't figure out how to design a reliable caseless rifle.
I like how in like Call of Duty Black Ops 2 in the Nuketown, it's said to be based in 2045.
2025.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
Nothing has
freaking
changed.
some. I don't even know what to say. It looks like. Literally, it looks like one of those films of how people in the '60s imagine the present to look like.
Was Nuketown actually based off of like when the scene from like the 2005 Indiana Jones?
It's 2008 when that movie's from.
I suck at like remembering.
We done with the podcast now?
Dude, we got a whole conversation going, bro.
Oh.
Guys want to get hot dogs from a street vendor.
Yeah, sure.
But he has a box, and you open it up, and it says pee-pee. I've seen people do that, where they make a little hole.
I've seen people do that with an Easter egg in this video, unfortunately, and yeah. And the guy was dressed up as an Easter bunny. I mean, that's cursed.
Imagine the Pornhub. Ryan's Toy Reviews opens box, then has.
I think his dad slips his through the hole.
I like how his dad's voice is Korean and goes, Ryan, what's in the box? I'm
His
so
dad's,
excited.
like, Japanese. Oh, yeah, his dad's like literally Japanese because like his dad like uploaded a video once of him going to Japan to see his parents. Ryan, I am going to Japan to see my parents. You sound like your typical Japanese guy. He sounds like really nerdy sounding.
You should seppuku. Seppuku.
No, I like this video that I found where it was like BTS performing, and then the Backstreet Boys come out and they sound like a poor English dub for like a Japanese game, and then the Backstreet Boys like, no, and then BTS is like, Backstreet Boys, Backstreet Boys, Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet?
Yeah, they say Backstreet Boys. Which, even though they kind of forgot to say the to after put the O at the end of street because there's no T by itself in Japanese. It's Bakustorito Boys. That's how you say it in Japanese. And then they're like, yeah, we'll show them how it's done. And then like the BTS guy like screams. Backstreet's back, alright. And the BTS guy's like screaming, no.
Welcome to Good Burger.
No, they were like combining Chinese stereotypes with like a Japanese accent.
How does that work? Doesn't make any sense.
I feel like whenever like typical Americans think of a Chinese guy, they always think of a Japanese accent for some reason. It's like, Japanese accent's like, hello, welcome to Japan. Today, we are going to go to the... Okay, let me try to do a better Japanese accent. Hello, meet me at the hotel at 10 p.m. When they really like a Chinese accent sounds like, hello, welcome to China. We are communist country. You cannot film in certain location. That's what Chinese accents really sound like. Actually, even though I think Taiwan's more like that and Chinese is like, I mean, they both are really enthusiastic because based on how the languages sound, you have to be specific on tone in Chinese, otherwise you make if your tone's not correct, it could be it's a completely different word, which is why Chinese is super complicated, and why Japanese is much easier to learn.
Do your best impression of a redneck Mexican.
Hello, man. Welcome to Alabama, man. My madre got me some tacos at the gas station, man, and some Miller Lite. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I can't do a southern accent anymore. Real Mexicans are like, yo, man, you feel it? Dude, don't come around my sister, man. Don't do that.
Oh, you want the cream, I say?
That episode of South Park, though, where Cartman makes his hand Jennifer Lopez as like a hand puppet, and then he makes songs about like tacos and burritos, and like and then replaces the real Jennifer Lopez. Taco, 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 taco flavored kisses. That show is so legendary. Batman. Not now, Eric. You need to go to school, Batman. I love that show. Sometimes those South Park does get really immature in humor, but I mean...
What's that?
J.G. Quintel came out with a new cartoon today called Closer Enough, and it's kind of like his successor to regular show, and can't wait to check it out.
Oh, I saw that.
What were you gonna say?
I said I saw that. I didn't. Well, I didn't. I mean, I saw it. I didn't.
You said something. You were gonna say something, and I cut you off.
Oh, I think it was. What's that? The poop's name? The Christmas who goes. Howdy,
Mr. Hanky.
Howdy ho, boys and girls. Give me a little kiss on the lips.
And it's just, I don't know, I hate him just because he's a poo. It's nasty. My cousin, like, loves him, and then my cousin hates Jimmy. What a terrific audience we have here.
Honestly, when I first thought of the name Mr. Hanky, I started like doing sketches of like pedophiles.
That's what you would expect with someone with a name like Mr. Hanky.
Mr. Hanky.
Pakistorito boys.
Yeah.
I just love it. I'm gonna play the audio of that video. It is so dank. I love that video. Pacostrito, boys. Okay, pull up the.
Tanner.
Pacostrito, boys.
Tanner, you dead?
Everybody, yeah.
Oh my god, he's dead.
Oh my god. Hi kids, it's Mr. Slade from South Park. Jesus Christ.
You know what that means.
Ever wondered how Mint Mobile can be any good for just $15 a month? Consider them.
Something short road.
Damn right. Best boy band on earth, huh? Right. How about we punish these fake-ass wannabes for trying to usurp our throne? With pleasure, Nick. Let's break this down. No. No. Please.
Honestly, that just sounds like Keemstar's intro.
Pacostrito, boys.
Street boy.
صادم شارع بشار في ليغو سيتي إفادي بوستراتي محتلي الهرية استخدم جهازنا المفاجير المحمول الجديد بناء الجهاز المفاجير المحمول الجديد وانطلق إلى أنصار الأسد وتدمير الكفاري الجديد جميع الجهاز المفاجير المحمول في ليغو سيتي.
It's the best commercial ever. I'm gonna send that in the chat so you can check it out, Garrett. It's basically an Arabic Lego City commercial.
I didn't even know it was a Lego City commercial.
Well, it's like a parody. It's not like a legitimate commercial. I like this video of this kid's like singing that song by like, the kid is singing like the Spice Girls song, like whatever it's called, and then like his like brother walks in on him, and then it's just like an awkward moment.
Bashar al-Assad supporters.
Bashar al-Assad supporters have been spotted in Lego City. I cannot speak Arabic, but
I mean, it's cool. And Turkish is cool too.
Well, Arabic is a pretty cool language.
I'm a fat cunt. Lazy, fat bastard.
I want to play Cherna Bacha by Ibrahim Maiga for no reason, but I don't want to get copyright strike.
Give me a drink, bartender.
You guys want to hear? Oh God! You guys want to hear the parody of 6ix9ine's Fifi?
No.
Oh, the Belle Delphine thing.
My favorite video though is doo doo doo. I want to play some doo 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 for everyone.
Are you ready, kids? Do-do-do-do. Now snap your hands. Now spread those wings. Do-do-do-do. Feather your bangs. Shake your buns. That's Smells like meat. Rotten meat. Kids, why would you bring that rotten meat in here of all places? Kids, you stupid motherfuckers. What the hell's wrong with you kids?
I just hear Allah Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
I'm pulling up the YTP Barney's ball machine.
Garrett sounds like iDubbbz. Garrett, have I told you that you sound like iDubbbz?
Yeah.
iDubbbz is like, I'm young.
I want to hear Garrett say that.
But the adoobs, they do not come. I'm trying to do
Thank you all so much, BTS #1 boy band in the world. Come on, Nick, let's show these imposters how it's done.
I don't like a tan among you.
Nani? Backstreet Boys? Hello. Welcome to Japan. Konnichiwa. Genki desu ka? Boku no namae wa Takahashi Shigeru desu.
What did you just say?
あなたの運気はとても小さいです。Damari. Just hits me with an E at Anata. One time I said, like, I'm sorry, you're an idiot to someone in the Japanese, and then they just said back, no, you in Japanese, which is E at Anata.
Shut up before I make Tumblr posts about you.
I'll make a Tumblr post about you.
No!
I hate those people out there like, haha, you're this, and then you're like, haha, you're this, and they're like, guys, I like how colleges have emotional support centers and stuff like that.
Oh. What about Boogaloo centers?
And then there's like, and then in the real world with jobs, if you complain about your feelings and stuff like that, you just get fired.
Yeah. Ironic.
So it's like prayer video. This girl's like talking about how she learned more about the real world and working at McDonald's than she did in college.
Tanner, what would you do if you woke up and you heard this?
I haven't heard anything yet. So.
Make it louder and put it closer to the mic. Dong dong dong. I feel like I could just be sleeping in Vietnam during the Vietnam War, and then I wake up, and then there's a Vietnamese guy making those exact noises with an SKS bayonet pointed at my throat. She just like says in broken English, "Come through, we capture you. You play Russian roulette now."
Doesn't it only carry like 10? 10 bullets?
Yeah, the SKS only carries 10 rounds. And they're dirt cheap. They're like $300 a rifle. Definitely solid rifle. Good choice. Think about your dad. What's your dad like?
Abusive.
over here. I'm gonna give you 10 across the ass.
Oh no, not again.
I listened to a black metal song the other day, and the singer sounded like Garrett when he screams.
That sounds amazing. Garrett is a
Garrett-
good screamer.
Yeah, Garrett scream.
I'm probably gonna like wake my neighbors up. Like, what type of scream? I can do like a screech.
How
It's
is
like
it?
Screech. Like, give a black metal screech.
black metal. Okay.
I like how that was
That's definitely not black metal. Black metal uses high pitch.
Oh, high. I thought you said doom. Not doom metal, but
Do black metal. Like, yeah, the singer in the song I listened to sounded just like you. Let's see if I could scream like that.
my dad's gonna think some dude broke into our house if I do it.
Yeah. I feel like he's gonna think we're raping you.
Think about your dad. What's your dad like?
horny.
I got these girls sending me snaps at like 1 a.m.
Does she call you daddy?
Do. I heard him there in the background. I don't know what he said.
He's screaming. He's just screaming like usual.
If I see another person post Juice WRLD their story, okay, you're done. Person who posted Juice WRLD their story.
If they post Juice WRLD on their story, just send them some kind of like. I forgot. This is a live stream. We can't mock a man's death. Pup.
My name is Samir Al-Bashar.
Is this viewer like very? Is he just like a teen who or like a college student who's just like high and he has nothing better to do?
Yeah, I feel like it's some college stoner that's got nothing better to do with this life.
Hello.
Mom, I passed my test. Wow, great, sweetie. Which subject? My drug test.
I mean, at least you passed something.
Yeah.
Bro, speaking of Juice WRLD, some girl posted Juice WRLD on her story.
Ugh.
Legends never die. Fucking.
Oh my god, I cringe so hard when there's like 15-year-olds who are like, oh my god, Juice WRLD's music gets me in my emotional.
Oh my god, someone just said on a Snapchat story Jesus was black.
No, he wasn't.
Oh my, I'm so done, man.
They want to tear down his European mosque.
Jesus was not black. Oh, that's just a known fact. I like when some people are like, God's a woman, God's a man. I'm like, God is God, okay? He can be anything he wants.
Exactly. It's like, shut up, you people are such idiots.
Do you think atheists are weird?
I think most atheists are retarded. Like, imagine not believing in an afterlife. Like, really? The whole point of
I don't
atheism
know
is
who's worth, atheist or Satanist.
I feel like Satanists are better than atheists.
I'm I mean, it's like they believe in something, but they don't believe in anything and good and don't have any good values. I mean, I think a thing about atheism, at least no values is better than negative values. Although, yeah, I don't like atheists really either.
Yeah.
I mean,
Juice WRLD is the kind of black guy who wouldn't even
Omer, this is a
Omer,
Omer.
Omer,
fuck.
Omer, come join us, brother.
Omer,
Come join
they're
the bodacious.
asking for you. Say hello to the brother to the audience.
Welcome to the bodacious crew.
Hello there, brother.
He's just standing up with no shirt on.
Yeah.
Juice WRLD is the kind of black guy who's afraid to say the N-word.
Dude, it's public. You can't say that. Fuck, I'm getting canceled. Oh,
You can't say that. He just screams out, "Fuck!"
you got Sky Jackson on our asses now, man.
Yes, we are the bodacious crew. I forgot that's what we are now.
What the hell is wrong with you? You forgot.
Yeah. I mean, my profile picture, TBC, should have reminded me. Even though my profile picture's pretty generic, but I mean... Marsh was like, who the hell is TBC? And I'm like, I am. We are TBC, you know? We're the bodacious crew. Well, I run the channel, but I mean, we all are the bodacious crew.
Yes.
The bodacious crew.
And I guess there's a little bit more of us out there, but they could not participate.
X-Tech9X.
Guys, my favorite SoundCloud rapper's X-Tech9X. I heard he's dropping a mixtape tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. X-Tech9X is such a good rapper.
Yeah. I wonder why he's...
I want
I don't know.
X-Tech9X to bless my children.
Joseph, you kind of look like X-Tech9X for some reason.
No, I don't. I don't look like X-Tech9X. I mean, I can't take that kind of honor.
I don't know, man.
He's got like a bunch of money and women.
Yeah, I mean, X-Tech9X is such a god. I mean, oh my god. X-Tech9X is so amazing. Dude, X-Tech9X stole every girl I had a chance with.
Damn.
I heard his pee-pee's big.
Who's the one person that's actually watching this?
Yes, if the chat wasn't unavailable, I wouldn't just say, please identify yourself.
We have a Discord. We can try to give the link out sometime, but I mean...
Jesus, we've been streaming for 2 hours.
So, boys, is it time to end the podcast for now?
I'd say it's getting late. We've been running for... How long has this podcast been running for?
A long
2
time.
hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Dang, I mean, well, that's 2 hours of content for our fans. Now it's time to dip for another month, so, I mean...
Yeah, we'll be back in, 5 years.
Yeah. It's goodbye, comrades. Time